Hi everyone, how you doing? It's another video on a Monday, the 15th of December, and there's quite a lot of stuff to get over now that I'm back. I took a, if you watched my last video, I took a bit of a hibernation because if you watched the video before that, I weren't really myself in that one. I weren't the normal person that I am, but now I'm back anyway. So trying to get into more regular videos now and going into next year, I'm going to update a lot of stuff on this channel, which is already in place and already in motion. So when January the 5th comes, the format's all going to change because it's not just going to be Man United news. I'm going to discuss all sports pretty much. I'm going to discuss different teams, the different results that we get around the Premier League, European leagues. I'm also going to go into a bit of wrestling and all these other different sports I'm going to discuss as well. But, we'll save that for another day. So I just want to get into this show, so I might as well just get on with it and get started. And then I'm going to get into Ruben Amorim. He had that press conference yesterday for Bournemouth. I think it was the second of the press conferences or first. But anyway, he did have a press conference and he mentioned Kobe Mainoo because one of the questions he was asked is what's happening with Kobe? And he said, well, Kobe's got to compete with, what's his name, Bruno. And in which case, I don't think he'll ever start. And then he said, what about January? Have you spoken about January wanting a transfer? And Amorim just said, no, we haven't spoken about it, but my door's open. If you want to come and speak to me about it, by all means, you can speak to me about it because he's been linked with 12 teams, but Napoli seems to be the favorite. Napoli seems to be coming in for McTominay. Now they got Højlund. Now they want Mainoo. So, it's going to be called Nap United maybe, potentially in the future. But that's basically what he pretty much said. And for me, if you're going to have to compete with Kobe, if you're going to compete with Bruno, you're never going to get in the team. He's never going to drop Bruno. Bruno's captain. He's been performing. He has the most assists. How are you going to drop Bruno? He was asked about, wow, what about Casemiro? In which case, Casemiro's not really going to get dropped either because them two are the middle pivot and them two are the favorites. So they're not going to get dropped. So in other words, where does that leave Mainoo? And I've been saying this for a while. I think it's right for Mainoo just to go abroad in January, go to Napoli or go to whatever team that fancies him and move on from United. Because if you're not going to be starting, have a chat with the manager and go. But I don't think United or especially Amorim will let him go. And that's going to dishearten him. He's come through the academy. He supports United. He's a United fan. He's played last season. And Amorim said, well, last season, you see the teams play. He mentioned Chida Obi, who's not starting apparently for the under 18s anymore. He's mentioned all these other players that were starting. He mentioned Toby Collier being injured. He mentioned Harry Amass not doing so well. So he's mentioned like all these players in this press conference and they said they're not doing so well. So why do I need to play them? So you got pretty much his answer, what he wants. Obviously, he doesn't believe the academy players have developed into starters. And that could include Kobe because he came through from the academy. And I don't think, I think the best solution would be for Kobe to move on. The worst solution is for them to keep Kobe in United and say, no, you can't move on because that'll dishearten him. And he's going to have remorse. Well, not remorse. He's going to have hostility towards United and he's not going to be happy about it. And that's what you got to, unfortunately, deal with. And then he was asked about Scholes and these ex-United players, this class 92 especially, what they think of, what does he think of the comments? Because Scholes went live and said he doesn't think Amorim is the right guy for the job. He doesn't think he'll succeed. And he thinks that he's not playing Kobe and he should be playing Kobe. He doesn't know what he's doing and stuff along them lines. And to be fair to Amorim did come out with a quote that says, the problem is that me as a manager, I'm not doing good enough. At least understands that he's not doing good enough because as a United manager, you need to be winning. And he said, if I'm not winning matches, then, they got the right to say whatever they want. But if I'm winning matches and even if I play two at the back, it doesn't really matter as long as I'm winning matches. And that was basically the Amorim quote. And I see from Amorim's point of view, I suppose if you're winning matches, none of it matters. And the ex-players, class of 92 will be quiet because Amorim will be doing the job. But the fact is that we're drawing games that we should be winning. We're losing games that we should be winning. We're winning games that we should be losing. And it's like you don't know what team is going to come out. I don't even know what team's going to come out tonight against Bournemouth. Are we going to get the team that played against Arsenal or Sunderland, or are we going to get a team that played against Everton? You don't know. And I think that's the problem. There's no consistency at all. And that is what's dragging the manager down. Now, me personally, I honestly believe, and I was excited when he first come in because I thought, yeah, Sporting, look at all this accomplishments he can achieve and look at all the stuff they can do. But then since he's come in, I was team Amorim for a while. And then I think it was, what game was it? Brentford? Might be the Brentford game where I changed my mind. I'm like, nah, this guy ain't the right guy for the job. Even when we won 3 games in a row, I still said, yeah, I still feel like he's not the right guy for the job. Then we drew 2, one against Forest, one against Spurs. And I thought, maybe. We lost against Everton. And I was up in the air. And I'm still feel like he's not the right man for the job. That's my personal opinion. Your opinion could be different. If your opinion differs from mine, put it in the comments. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, leave a comment. I've been getting that quite a lot lately. Had a comment about the West Ham game. Oh, yeah, we're going to batter West Ham. And I was like, nah, we're not going to batter West Ham. I don't think we're going to batter West Ham. And then I was getting literally in these forums or these chat rooms or these social media platforms that I go on, had to go back to them after the game. I thought you said I didn't know what I was talking about. So, if you feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, leave a comment. But that is my opinion on Amorim and the whole presser yesterday and what he thought of Kobe, what his thoughts were on Scholes, what my thoughts were on it all, and how I feel. So, yeah, that was an eye-opening press conference, if I'm honest. A really eye-opening press conference. So I'm going to move on to some more potential transfers. Is Joshua Zirkzee. There's rumors that Roma are interested in taking him in January. Zirkzee has turned around and said that I do want to stay at United. I want to fight for my position. I don't think there's much he can fight for because even when he's played, other than that goal that he scored, he's not really been impressive. But then again, you could argue that he hasn't started enough games for him to get to match fitness, and I understand that as well. And then we'll see whether he starts tonight because Sesko had that food poisoning. He came back, recovered from that knee injury. Now he's had the food poisoning. So I don't know whether he's going to start. Chances are he'll be in the team, probably on the bench, probably won't start. But Zirkzee might get the opportunity to start. And if he does, he needs to take that opportunity and, bang in a few more goals and do a lot better than he has been playing. But AS Roma interested. It looks like Zirkzee's not interested in going there. And that could mean we got a player trying to fight for a position that's not available, same as Kobe. And I think there's going to be a lot of change in the summer. I think a lot of players are going to be leaving, and I think a lot of new players are going to be coming in. Now, whether they're the right profile for United or Amorim is still yet to be determined. And I know there's rumors of the usual Wharton, Elliott, João Gomez, the same Stiller. There's rumors of the same ones, Baleba, all them. So we've got rumors coming in, and I know there's other teams that are interested in them now, especially like the likes of Man City, Liverpool. So it's going to be this January transfer window is going to be eye-opening. It goes, well, is it next week? Not next week. The week after is when the transfer window starts. We got about 2 weeks, and it's going to be interesting to see who goes, who stays, who comes in, and who moves, and who doesn't move, and who goes out on loan, who comes back from loan. So that'll be an interesting one. I will bring you the stories as I see them because there's another rumor for January as well about Diego Dalot. Man United will consider selling versatile fullback Diego Dalot amid interest from Real Madrid. So Real Madrid's interested in taking him for about 22 to 25 million. I don't know why Real want him because I don't think he's the best player in the world. I don't think he's lighting up anything, although his performance in the last 2 games have been really good. And I don't know whether that's because he wants to get into the World Cup team. But, it'll be interesting to see whether we keep Dalot or not, whether they're coming in January for this or whether they come in the summer. But I know Bayern have also shown interest in Dalot. So it must be something about Dalot that Real and Bayern like, that Amorim likes. But I haven't seen it. I think he's been underperforming for a while. And he's one player that I really wanted sold in the summer, just gone. But obviously, we didn't sell him. We kept him. And he should be starting tonight, I think. on the left. So let's see how he performs tonight. But there's quite a lot of interest from different teams and different clubs that's coming in for Diogo Dalot. Okay, yesterday I dropped a video on my preview of Man United versus Bournemouth, which is tonight at 8 o'clock. And I talked through what I thought the tactics might be, what I thought we needed to do, what my team lineup was going to be with AFCON players, without AFCON players. And there's still up in the air about whether they're going tonight or not. So we're going to have to wait. And I think if they do start, it might be a good thing that nobody knows whether they're actually starting or not, especially the opposition, Bournemouth, because if Bournemouth don't know whether they're starting or not, then they can't prepare for them. And, but then again, if you're a good manager, you prepare for both scenarios, with or without. Yeah, so I dropped that video, so go check it out. It's on my channel. I'll obviously do a reaction video at some point. Then obviously I'll do the rest of the videos in the week. I'm not making no promises like I did last time, because sometimes I make a promise and I get too busy and I can't drop nothing. So, but I will be dropping more videos, and that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. So I can't really give you false promises, but let's see what would happen if we do potentially win tonight. So I'm gonna get over to the league table just to show you guys the league table of where we stand at the moment. So currently, that's the table there. So with the results over the weekend, Arsenal are still on top. Man City won as well. So they're like 2 points behind. Villa did win. So they're 3 points behind Arsenal. So Arsenal are not looking as cozy as they were, especially against that especially with Wolves. That game, Wolves deserved to win that. Arsenal did not deserve to win. 2 own goals. What are the chances? But, we got Chelsea are currently in 4th. Palace lost, so they're in 5th. Liverpool won, so they've moved up to 6th. Sunderland beat Newcastle. Great win for Sunderland. Walter Martin own goal. So they're in 7th, and we're currently in 8th. And if we draw today, we move up to 6th place. We'll be above Liverpool, but we'll end up where we were at the start of the weekend. But if we win, we move up to 5th and a guaranteed Europa League spot or Europe spot. Ideally, I would love us to be in the top 4. So let's see what happens tonight. And that's basically what the table currently looks like. If I move all the way down to the bottom, I would drag that too fast for you. West Ham, Burnley, and Wolves at the bottom. But I do think West Ham will eventually stay up. I think Leeds, Burnley, and Wolves will probably go down. That's my opinion. Your opinion might differ. If it does, please leave a comment in the video. But it's going to be a really, shall I say, nervous game for me tonight, because I really do want us to win. And whether we win or not, it'll be, tough to take if you lose. Winning 5th, losing 6th, drawing 6th, losing 8th. So that's the positions of the table that we're going to be in. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You got anything to say, please drop a comment below, definitely. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'm back.